Good evening, everyone. I know it's so awesome to see people in person, and we're so not used to it that we just want to talk to each other. We do have a little bit of a program, and you might have noticed that we were just visited by Governor Charlie Baker, who's going to present remarks in a minute. So I just want to get the program started. So if you want to sit, stand, or at least not talk to each other so you can hear the program, that would be awesome. So I just want to welcome everyone. This is the 6th annual Champions for Biotechnology Education Awards reception that MassBioEd is doing, and I'm Sunny Schwartz. I'm the CEO of MassBioEd, and it's so awesome to see everyone here in person after a long time away, and we also welcome all of our guests joining us remotely. Today we're actually celebrating our 20th anniversary of MassBioEd, and yes, exactly, woo, 20 years. We are really honored to have served the industry and the community for 20 years in building a life sciences workforce. And our work, you'll see tonight, is really about expanding the pie of potential workers, because we all know there's not enough of them, and providing opportunities for new and diverse talent to launch careers in the life sciences industry. And tonight is also about honoring a school, a teacher, a company for their outstanding contributions to the life sciences education, as well as a student for their academic excellence and dedication to pursuing biotechnology education. So we're so excited to celebrate our 2021 awardees, which are listed here and in your program. We're also honored to have some very esteemed guests who are going to present the award, including Governor Baker, who we're going to hear from shortly. I also want to recognize other elected officials who are here tonight. Senator John Cronin, Senator, and Senator Jessica Giannini. It's here, thank you. And I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors whose generosity enables us to host this celebration tonight. Our presenting sponsor, Sanofi Genzyme. Our networking sponsors, Alnylam, Biogen, and Fisher Scientific. Our award sponsors, Coriolis, DPR Construction, Millipore Sigma, Takeda, and Vertex. Our refreshment sponsor, Janitronics. And all of our supporting sponsors that you can see here and on the posters and in your program, and our 20th anniversary hosts. I'd also like to just thank our year-round funding partners whose support is critical to the success and growth of our educational and workforce development programs. So when you see people from our sponsoring organizations or our funding partners, if you can thank them for me, that would be great, because we couldn't do the work that we do without all of your support. We really very much appreciate it. So for those of you less familiar with MassBioEd, we are doing the work of building the life sciences workforce by serving the 3 parts of the workforce: the emerging workforce of students in middle and high school, the imminent workforce of college students as well as adults looking to get into the life sciences, and the incumbent workforce of our current life sciences employees. And you can see our key programs and services, which I think are really, really teeny tiny on the slide, but our BioTeach program provides teacher training and mentoring, curriculum development for teachers, as well as equipment grants for schools. And our BioTalent program provides labor trends reports, incumbent worker training, and new this year, a life sciences apprenticeship program. And then we also provide extensive career information and exposure to life sciences careers for students at all levels. So I'm really proud to highlight just in the past year, even during the COVID pandemic, that we trained 173 teachers who engaged over 12,000 students in biotechnology education. And we hosted over 2,000 students through our college and career exploration programs. And 80% of those reported an increased interest in pursuing a life sciences career, which is so great. And we've also enrolled 450 industry professionals through our technical and soft skills professional training courses so far this year. And for our Access program under BioTeach, we added 3 new school districts this year, Chelsea, Randolph, and Revere. And we're going to serve 4,000 students this year. Yeah, which is great, right? And this program really focuses on high needs districts. And what we're trying to do is have all students really be able to see themselves in STEM careers through both doing science and being exposed to careers in the life sciences. And thanks to our many partners who help us do that. And then this year we launched our new Life Sciences Apprenticeship program with 2 certified apprenticeships for biomanufacturing technicians and clinical trial associates. This program really offers a streamlined pathway to new individuals to gain access to life sciences careers. So we're serving the 2 parts of the workforce, the job seekers to help them get great new jobs in the life sciences, and employers who are having trouble filling key roles. And so we launched the first cohorts this year with 30 apprentices and 15 employer partners. And we're really looking forward to expanding this program next year and in coming years to new occupations, new parts of the Commonwealth, and more cycles. So here are the students in this year's class, and I just wanted everyone to see this photo because a picture says 1,000 words. So our goal of this program is really to help diversify the workforce, which is a really important goal of MassBioEd and many of us in this room. And so we're proud to say that in our first year, over 60% of the apprentices are female and 60% are people of color. So really important, none of this work would be possible without our team, without the dedication, the hard work, and the amazing leadership of the staff team of MassBioEd. So you can see them here, and I just want to name them because I couldn't do this work without them, and none of this would happen without them. So Carla Talanian spearheads our apprenticeship program, along with Jermaine Palmer and Corinne Kelly. And you can wave when I say your name, or yeah. Michelle Mishke, who's over there, leads our BioTeach team with Whitney Hagans, Maggie Keeler, and Jess Costa. And Anisha Uno coordinates our professional training courses. Spencer Klein just joined us as Director of Finance, and Marcy Layden oversees fundraising and marketing with Naomi Jones and Megan Schultz, who I would say is the lead person for making tonight's event a major success. So thank you. And if the staff, if you can just like wave, raise your hand. They all have name tags. So if you see them throughout the evening, please thank them because we wouldn't be here without them. And I also want to recognize members of our board of directors who are here. They have a name tag label also. If you can just wave, raise your hand, members of our board. Thank you. They volunteer their time to help us with strategy, to help us with fundraising, and thank you so much. So now we're going to show you a little video to celebrate our 20th anniversary. So over this time, MassBioEd has really evolved dramatically, but we've had the same mission, which is to build a talented and diverse life sciences workforce. So this video, and some people in this room are in the video. Thank you to everyone who was filmed. It's going to highlight just the evolution of MassBioEd and its impact through the eyes of our community partners, and it's literally 4 minutes.
So MassBioEd's programs are designed to provide value to the life sciences industry.
Started getting a lot of requests at MassBio for support of local science fairs, and we just grew out of that idea into the idea of a foundation and supporting science education in particular much more aggressively. Out of that came an acceleration and then the formation of MassBioEd with a very broad and deep mandate way beyond just supporting local science fairs.
One of the things we learned was that really capturing the imagination of a student was in middle school, and that you had to grab them then. And then they would make their step and they went to high school to actually be in the sciences.
I think the thing that's the most unique about the BioTeach program is that the focus is not necessarily on just giving you the tools and letting you run with it. It is to give you consistent and constant support while you're trying to implement these labs with students. And so BioTeach to me has its main focus on making sure the teacher feels comfortable and confident to do these labs continuously so that it's not a one-off experience, so that it's something that can be continuously provided to students year after year.
I think our biggest opportunity for growth right now is to really expand our workforce development programs and really have impact in trying to help people gain access to life sciences jobs. Our first foray into that is our Life Sciences Apprenticeship Program, which is a great start to helping people who haven't had access to life science careers get access.
You know, in my role as the CEO of MassBio for almost 14 years, I had a front row seat to watch MassBioEd evolve, to see them committed to creating a new pathway through an apprentice program so that we can get folks from underserved communities and a more diverse pipeline of workforce. It's just been truly amazing to watch the evolution of MassBioEd over the years, and none of that would be possible without the support from all of you.
So I think the reason that the apprenticeship model is important for our industry is that it will really help to close a gap between the hiring needs of the manufacturing sites in the Commonwealth and the available talent and labor pool that is available to us.
A lot of times the difference between successful and unsuccessful people is not the difference in skill set or difference in hard work. It's really the lack of opportunity or the difference in having that opportunity.
If you really want the most talented, the most innovative, the most creative workforce, then you need a diverse workforce. And that's not just about race and ethnicity. That's about region. That's about education. That's about nationality. It's about having people come together, working together as a team that bring incredibly different ways of thinking and problem solving. And so you get more creative solutions.
For me, it's that my students feel comfortable in what they want to do in the future and that I support them the best way that I can.
As an industry, the Massachusetts biopharma life sciences industry is exploding with growth, and for good reason. We're developing, discovering, and delivering life-saving medicines here from the Commonwealth.
MassBioEd is our partner in this effort. Having the focus and the talent within MassBioEd and the support and the leadership has brought us from an idea to reality.
MassBioEd is about access and opportunity.
MassBioEd has done a great job giving us the opportunity to become prepared in the life science field.
MassBioEd is helping me live into the future that I want.
MassBioEd is a convener of the biotech community.
MassBioEd represents opportunities for me.
MassBioEd is the future.
It's all about teamwork. It's all about really like understanding who you are. And then the moment you understand who you are, then the sky is the limit.
What do you think? Pretty good, huh? So I want to thank Millipore Sigma and my board member, Renee Conley, over there for helping us, for producing that video. Pro bono, I'll say. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Also, Representative McGonigal snuck in, so I want to recognize him. And Senator Crichton was here earlier as well. So now comes the moment, right, that you wait for at a fundraiser where the CEO asks you to donate money, right? So we really, as you know, MassBioEd depends on community support to continue to do the work that we do and help people access life sciences careers. So we invite you to make a donation now, if you'd like, sometime tonight. If you're tuning in online, you can just click on the link in the chat to make a donation. For those of you here in person, you can scan the QR code, which is on your program. It's also on the stands on the centerpieces in the table. You can just use your camera on your phone, and that'll just take you to a donation page. I won't read all of these, but your contribution helps us tremendously. You can see a $5,000 donation would pay for the implementation of a biotechnology classroom starter package for a school. And you can read the rest of them on down. Anything that you can give to us, whatever you can give, we appreciate it. It really helps us be able to give access to new folks to enter this wonderful industry and to help employers fill the jobs that they need to fill. So we really appreciate you being here tonight, and if you can, make a donation. And we do have a little progress bar that you can see. Where are we at? I can't see it. All right, so we're hoping we can get to 100% by the end of tonight. And when Chris Murphy, our board chair, comes up at the end, we hope that that's at 100%. All right. So now, what you've all been waiting for, it is my pleasure to introduce and welcome Governor Charlie Baker. But I get to introduce you first before you come up. It's my right. No, it's my right. So Governor Baker has shown tremendous leadership across the Commonwealth to build all facets of our life sciences ecosystem. And it's important to recognize this because not every governor supports the industry the way that Governor Baker has. So he has really demonstrated commitment to education to ensure that every student has access to quality science learning. And he knows that engaging students is not only about giving opportunity to all, but a skilled workforce is at the core of the life sciences industry, which we know is one of the biggest drivers of the Massachusetts economy. So Governor Baker has been a leader in building partnerships between the public sector and the private sector, creating a strong economy that is accessible to all and ensures that Massachusetts' leadership role in the life sciences. In 2018, he renewed the Commonwealth's commitment to the life sciences industry by signing the Mass Life Sciences Initiative, which provided $623 million in bond authorization and tax credits, legislation that invests in education, research and development, and workforce training in the sector. And then this past July, $18 million in capital funding was awarded through the state's Mass Life Science Center to support projects advancing life sciences research and development, innovations in therapeutic drug delivery, and data science. So Governor Baker has really shown unwavering commitment to training for good jobs with innovation and creativity in ways that we are now using to benefit the life sciences industry. His support of apprenticeship programs is critical. From the recent $4 million federal grant awarded to expand Massachusetts' apprenticeship program, and his proposal to invest $240 million in additional funding for job training programs as part of Massachusetts funding from the American Rescue Plan Act. And we've all seen this year how Governor Baker has guided the Commonwealth through an uncharted and historic challenge of this pandemic, just navigating the needs of our individuals, our residents, businesses, and the scientific work that we all do at a breakneck speed. We are so grateful for your leadership, Governor. Please join me in welcoming Governor Baker.
So good evening, everybody. You know, we talk a lot, and we have talked a lot here in the Commonwealth for the last 20 years or so about the life science cluster. And that always meant a lot of different things to a lot of people. And I don't even know who coined the term, Bob. I don't know if you can go back that far. You're older than me. But he's actually not. I'm just busting him. But, you know, I remember people talking about the fact that we were a really special place because we had this Eds and Meds thing. And then at some point people realized Eds and Meds was boring, and somebody came up with this concept of life sciences. It wasn't just about biotech, and it wasn't just about pharma, and it wasn't just about academic medical centers and medical schools. It was life sciences. And I'm going to say that was somewhere in the vicinity of the late 90s that people started talking about that. And it's been sort of a framework in which a lot of people have promoted a bunch of different things that have gone on here in Massachusetts for the better part of the past 20 years or so. But I don't think anybody ever really fully appreciated what it meant to be a life science powerhouse until the pandemic landed. I remember, this has been, I think, for everybody, an extraordinary 20 months. But for the guy who did 100 days of press conferences in a row, starting on around March 15th, and had to make decisions that I knew were just going to frost everyone at one point or another. The whole concept of what the life science industry is and can be and does was just laid bare right in front of me. And I remember being in my car, driving home one night. It was probably somewhere around midnight. And I know exactly where I was. I was on Route 1A, not Route 1, going north, right past Suffolk Downs. And I was talking to a national expert on one of the many issues that nobody knew anything about at that point in time. And he said to me, you know, there's this mRNA platform, and people have been working on this for about a decade. And a lot of the companies that are closest to this are actually located in Massachusetts. And he said the two you might want to pay attention to on this are Moderna, which I'd never heard of, and Pfizer. And I said, well, like, how long? And I'm thinking like 3 weeks from now, maybe. And he goes, well, I think it'll probably be sometime before the end of the year. They'll probably have a vaccine that works. And at that point in time, the reason I remember this conversation so well is because I had no idea what mRNA was, and I spent most of my ride home after that Googling it and reading about it and calling and talking to people about it. And then I found some articles that said that they had actually started doing clinical trials on this almost immediately in March or April. Now, at that point in time, I talked to almost everybody about just how rough and difficult this whole thing was going to be. But that conversation, that notion that there's something out there that's like nothing we've ever seen before in terms of the development of a vaccine to deal with a global nightmare. Honestly, it was a little comforting. Because where is the end in a pandemic, especially one like this one, without something like that? And then it landed in December. And the whole process of trying to get as many people vaccinated as we possibly could, starting with the most vulnerable among us and working our way through it, began. And they work. I want you to think about that for a minute. I know for a lot of people in the life science industry, well, of course they work. We did it, right? But for the rest of humanity, it's different. Like, I went and visited a bunch of the places where we were vaccinating folks. I went to some of the mass vac sites. I went to the regional collaboratives. I went to some of the assisted living and long-term care facilities. People cried. People cried when they got vaccinated. And they said, I had no idea how emotional I was going to get about this, how afraid I was, until there was actually an opportunity for me to appreciate the fact that maybe I won't be the last person to die in a pandemic. It made this whole thing so personal in a way that I think most people just thought, life sciences, yeah, it's a bunch of big buildings. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in there. Don't ever want to be too close to it. But it's an extraordinary story, and it's a very human one, and I think sometimes we forget that. And I certainly hope we don't need another pandemic to be reminded. But this industry really is special. And the role it plays, not just here in the Commonwealth, but around the country and around the globe, is special. And is going to boom. There is no doubt about that. The muscularity of this industry, the capability of this industry, as the cost of discovery falls, and there are still thousands of diseases out there to be dealt with, the capacity of this industry to do things is only going to get more so. And I do believe it's going to create a zillion jobs, and it's going to be incredibly important for us to work with folks like MassBioEd and others to find some way to make sure people have the skills that they need to benefit from that. I mean, and by the way, Sonny, I can't believe you said see yourself in STEM. I can't wait to tell the Lieutenant Governor, who co-chairs the STEM Advisory Council and says that pretty much every day to me. Even though I'm an English major. But the thing here about this is it's so much more. I mean, the jobs are great, the work is great, the fulfillment and the sense of purpose and the possibility, it's all great. But for a lot of people now, it's really personal in a way that I think sometimes, unless you're face to face with it, it's hard sometimes to appreciate. So I just want to say not just how much I appreciate what this industry is all about and what it means to Massachusetts as a governor, but how much it meant to me as the son of a 93-year-old dad. It's a very special crew you've got, and you do very important things. And some of them are just as simple as that. And I hope you don't forget that, because that's the thing that makes this place special. Now, with respect to MassBioEd, congratulations on your 20th anniversary. You must have started here when you were about 12. And I do hope we have lots of opportunities to work together, not just on how the legislature, and I'm looking forward to seeing that ARPA bill get to me, guys. There's so much possibility in both the money the state got through this, but also the money that our school districts got and the money our cities and towns got to do some very special things around education and the capacity to educate and the gear and the technology and the resources that so many people need to make this happen. I saw Ken Turner in the video at the Life Science Center. They can do a lot. They do a lot of investing in gear, in schools all over the Commonwealth. But there's a possibility and an opportunity here to do we can deal with the supply chain issues, to really outfit in many ways schools all across the Commonwealth, and to get a ton of additional kids and young adults into this field in a way that historically might not have been possible, because they'll be able to see it. You know, the whole question about seeing it, it's a really big deal when you're trying to encourage people who might not have thought of that, didn't see themselves in STEM, to think about this as a place they could go, a great place they could go to build a life and make a living. But I digress a little from what tonight's about, which is your 4 honorees. And I'm sure that part of the reason Representative McGonigal is here is because Everett High School's on that list. Joe, first time I met Joe McGonigal, he introduced himself to me as, "Hi, I'm Joe from Everett." He didn't even tell me he was a state rep. It's just, "I'm Joe from Everett." And I'm quite sure the next chairman of MassBio, probably at Everett in his Senate district, is probably pretty excited about this too, Joe Boncory. Is everybody over there named Joe? It's just, but every year, MassBio awards an organization, an educator, and a school for their commitment to fostering science literacy and advancing life sciences education. The winner of the Champion Organization Award is a place that exemplifies a deep commitment to STEM education. Tonight's winner, like past winners, have shown their commitment by demonstrating their focus in STEM and life sciences education as part of their corporate philanthropic philosophy. They've notably committed to education and awareness of life sciences in Massachusetts, and they've actively supported community-based organizations that have contributed to the public policy dialogue. I'm pleased to announce, although it's not a secret, that this year's Champion Organization Award is being presented to BristolMyersSquibb. Now you need to sit down because I have to say a few things about you too. BristolMyersSquibb has a long-term commitment to STEM education and provides in-school support and programming in the communities they're based in, just as MassBioEd has throughout the state. In Cambridge, their employees volunteer their time with biomedical science career programs, which support outstanding students in historically underrepresented communities. They also host Children for a Scientist for a Day events with the Big Brother, Big Sister Association of Central Mass and Metro West. I was a Big Brother for 20 years, so I'm a huge believer in that one. Since 2017, the Devons chapter has had a network of women who host Women in Chemical Engineering, which welcomes 30 undergraduate students from universities across New England to meet with life science leaders and tour their facilities, a critical program and a goal in an industry where women are underrepresented. In addition, BristolMyersSquibb has granted $180,000 to MassBioEd over the past 4 years and was the first organization to support the MassBioEd's Life Sciences Apprenticeship Program. Kudos to you. As well as the largest employer partner of the first cohort of apprentices. 2 for 2 on that one. BristolMyersSquibb is exactly the kind of company that deserves this award, and I'm pleased to present it to Dr. Emma Lees and BristolMyersSquibb. There you go. You want to say a few words?
Yes. Thank you so much. And Governor Baker, thank you so much for your presence today. I think it just speaks volumes to your real commitment to life sciences education in the state. So on behalf of all my colleagues at BristolMyersSquibb, it's just a real honor to receive this award. And it's been a real pleasure over the years to work with Sunny and her team at MassBioEd to partner in this critical work to educate the next generation of scientists and make science accessible to all. I think as you spoke, I mean, it's really instilling that passion in the earlier generation. I remember when I first got my first microscope at the age of 7, and the rest is history. So BristolMyersSquibb in the area, we've been present for over a decade. We have 1,500 employees, both at our Devon site, where we do process development and manufacturing and research in Cambridge. And so as a large employer in this state, it's really critical for us to be educating the next generation of scientists. So this sort of investment in life sciences education is key to us. So it's been a real pleasure working with MassBioEd on so many of your initiatives. Our scientists have had great fun in terms of hosting career exploration days, being career ambassadors and members of various different advisory committees. Most recently, we supported the launch of the Life Sciences Apprenticeship Program, which, as has been stated before, is designed to provide diverse, non-traditional candidates access to our industry, providing meaningful careers and sustainable wages. So it's truly a win-win both for us and everyone else. And so it's for that reason that BMS continues to be the largest employee partner for that first cohort of apprentices. So really it's my thank you to MassBioEd rather than the other way around in terms of helping us to give back and to really help our communities. And I want to congratulate you on sort of 20 years of really, fantastic work for our community. And so it's just been such a pleasure. And I just did want to take a last moment to thank you, Governor Baker, not only just for presenting this award, but really in your leadership through the pandemic as an employee of hundreds of people and having to manage their safety and figure out how we get work done. Your leadership and steady hand and clear communication has just been so phenomenal. And so personally, you became one of my heroes, because I was very responsible for a lot of people, and well, I just applaud you. Thank you. Thank you.
Who's next? The new Executive Director, President, CEO, MassBio, Joe Bunkuri.
How are you, pal? Good, how are you? Good to see you too. Wow. Governor, thank you for that wonderful introduction. And how about a hand for Sunny and her team for the incredible work they do? I mean, not just building the workforce, but providing opportunity. We heard in that video today a young lady, talk about the opportunity that MassBioEd has given her. And as in my previous role as a state senator, as I traveled across the Commonwealth, what was clear to me in any neighborhood I was in, whether it was a gateway city or an underserved population, it's that in this Commonwealth, the talent is equally spread out. But what's not equally spread out is opportunity. So to that end, thank you all for being here, for providing that opportunity through MassBioEd and your support of MassBioEd. For students in underserved populations, for gateway cities that we're here to recognize tonight, and for why I'm here tonight, and generally being champions of this industry, because this industry, as the governor said, isn't a boon. We've been the sole savior during this pandemic. And while it's a great story, let's never forget it's a Massachusetts story. 95 Massachusetts companies played a role in developing a diagnostic, a therapeutic, and ultimately the vaccines that helped the world combat this ugly virus. And so we should all be proud of that. So we're here tonight to honor and the incredible work that's being done. And throughout this industry to cultivate the next talents in the life science industry. Each year, MassBioEd awards the Joshua Bulger Innovative School Year of the Year Award to a New England school that distinguishes itself through exemplary school-wide educational programming in the life sciences. Named in honor of Joshua Bulger to recognize his sustained commitment to excellence in science education, this award provides the school with a $5,000 grant from the Bulger Family Foundation to be used for equipment and supplies to support life science education. This year is my honor to present the award to Everett High School, as it exceeds the award criteria in every way. And I want to invite Joe from Everett to join me at the podium. Representative Joe McGonigal has been an incredible champion for the life science industry. for MassBioEd and for providing opportunity in his gateway city of Everett. But Everett High School's dedication to exposing their students to biotechnology and sparking curiosity in the STEM fields is a testament to what's possible for the future workforce in the life science industry. Throughout their long-term partnership with MassBioEd, recognition and funding from our partners at the Mass Life Science Center, and buy-in from the school's teachers and administrators, this program has really provided a robust biotechnology opportunity for systems across the district. This program continues to create opportunities for students looking to further their education and work towards a career in the life science. And the results speak for themselves. Everett High School students have gone on to participate in competitive programs such as the Lee Knox Scholars, the Harvard Health Professionals Recruitment and Exposure, and the Foresight Student Programs. So it is my honor, and at this time I'd ask Principal of Everett High School, Eric Nauman, to join us for purposes of presenting Everett High School as this year's Joshua Bulger Innovative School of the Year. Great, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to say congratulations to MassBioEd on 20 years. Wonderful accomplishment. Thank you for honoring us here this evening. This truly is a school award. That's why I have Miss Sanchetta. She's a science teacher at Everett High School. We also have Marie Abertanosi, who was part of our program from the beginning, so thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Schwartz, for running this wonderful program. You said you're looking for new and diverse talent. We have plenty of that at Everett High School, so if anyone is looking to make a partnership, we're here. Thank you to Governor Baker. I didn't realize how much I missed him talking. It's almost like having someone there, and I missed him from the pandemic and all the talks. So it was nice to hear him this evening on something positive for schools, something positive for us, and something positive for Massachusetts. So thank you to the governor for his leadership. Thank you to all the sponsors here this evening. Please donate. You really do not know how much this affects our students. We have students from all over the world, and to see them on some of the equipment that we have that we'll get going forward, it's just truly amazing. And to know that our students can make it from Everett to go anywhere in the world that they want, it's really a tribute to programs like this and what donors do for this organization, so please donate. Thank you to our above average Joes. I know the governor was talking about our Joes for helping us out. We really appreciate that. And I just want to talk a little bit quickly about Joshua Bulger. When first thing I did was look up what Mr. Bulger did, and it goes back to when he was at Vertex, and I believe he got a Lifetime Achievement Award for stuff that he was doing in the life sciences industry. And he spoke about what came out of the company's innovation was not only the idea that innovation is our lifeblood, but something that Bulger defined as intellectual interdependency, which is really a faith that if smart, passionate people work together, they can accomplish more than they can independently, and that's what we do at Everett High School. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much, and thank you for having us this evening, and congratulations to Stacey Chapley from Frontier Regional High School, Rim Bozo for Pioneer Charter School of Science and Dartmouth College, and Bristol-Myers for everything you do. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening.
Hi, good evening. I'm Tom from Cambridge. I guess that's how we're doing this. Although I got vaccinated in Everett, so I have to say Everett plays a very strong, has a place in my heart and my arm, I guess. So good evening, I'm Tom Snow. I'm the global head of the neurology and immunology franchise at Sanofi Genzyme. I'm also recently joined the board of MassBioEd, which I'm thrilled to be a part of this organization. MassBioEd and Sanofi Genzyme have had a robust, multifaceted partnership for about 20 years now. We're extremely proud of the work that we've done together to support STEM enrichment and diversification throughout the Commonwealth. And it's wonderful that we're here to celebrate 20 years of building the life science workforce in Massachusetts, supporting not only the sustainability of our innovation workforce, but also ensuring that there's a seat at the table for all. Tonight, I'm thrilled to present the Henry A. Termeer Champions for Biotech Educator Award, honoring a STEM teacher for their outstanding advocacy for and contributions to life science education in Massachusetts. I never actually had the opportunity to work alongside Henry Termeer as I joined Genzyme after he had moved on, but I can say that his presence and his dedication to the patients we serve continues to inspire us. And I think I can confidently say that he would be just as inspired and impressed by our champions as I am, and I think we all are. So please join me in congratulating Stacey Chapley of Frontier Regional High School as the 2021 Henry A. Termeer Champion for Biotechnology Educator.
Thank you so much. I'm Stacey. I'm from Deerfield, Mass. It's beyond 495. Grew up in Billerica, but you know. So, congratulations to MassBioEd on 20 years of bringing innovative science to middle and high schoolers to help spark interest in the life sciences for all of our high schoolers. Thank you, MassBioEd and the Henry A. Termeer Committee for this award. I have to say a big thank you to Michelle Mischke, Whitney Hagens, and Maggie Keeler for your continued support. Workshops, and the inspiration to learn more. Yes, I am a teacher, but I am also a student. Thank you, Alia and Kara at Amgen Biotech Experience. Without them and the workshop they offered at Springfield Technical Community College, I would not have gotten my feet wet in biotech or found out about MassBioEd. Thank you to my patient and supportive husband, Paul, as I navigate the challenges and the triumphs of a teaching career. And my boys, there's 4 of them at home. To my Frontier colleagues, Amy, Dulcie, and Jean, thank you for nominating me and being the wonderful people that you are. I'm so lucky to have wonderful coworkers and a supportive science teaching team to work with every day. To my good friend and colleague, Heather Lawton, it's all your fault I became a teacher. The generosity of MassBioEd has brought inspiration and played a pivotal role in bringing real-world science to my classroom. The students get excited knowing that they are learning skills and techniques that are used in the science industry and understanding how life-saving medication is being made in the tiniest of organisms. To bring an interesting course like biotechnology to fruition is a daunting task, and I could not have done it without the MassBioEd team. Thank you. The continued support of science organizations and industry is crucial to bringing quality science education and skills to the next generation. Our school budgets for lab equipment and supply is nowhere close to sustaining the labs we do or what we want to do. As science educators, we spend a lot of our own money out of pocket to supplement our small lab budgets. Without the generosity of MassBioEd coming into our schools and working with the teachers, our courses at Frontier Regional would not be as enriching. As we have seen over the past 21 months, the need for understanding what science is and what science isn't, as well as differentiating between good science and poor science, is a much needed skill. As Neil deGrasse Tyson said, and this is my favorite quote that I share with all my students, science literacy is a vaccine against the charlatans of the world that would exploit your ignorance. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this wonderful award. I have so many more thank yous, but there's not enough time. And I'd like to do a shout out to the College of Education at UMass Amherst, and go Red Hawks.
Congratulations, Stacey. I'm not sure where you went, but I'm very inspired by you, and I'm sure that Henry would be as well. I am Catherine Smith. I feel like I should disclose that I'm from Kansas City. I don't know. You can ask me later where that is. I'm the executive director of the Termeer Foundation, and I am honored to be here tonight, stepping in for Belinda Termeer, who was not able to make it. The Termeer Foundation, like all of us, is dedicated to identifying and supporting leaders who inspire us, leaders who will define the future of biotech as an industry with the power to bring accessible, innovative treatments to anyone who needs them. The Henry A. Termeer Award recognizes an excellent student who aspires for a future career in the life sciences and who has already inspired us with their leadership. Before I introduce this year's awardee, I would like to play a brief video, or we're going to play a brief video, I think, of last year's awardee.
It meant a lot to me, and still means a lot to me, and it's going to mean a lot to me for the rest of my life because he was such an accomplished professional in the field, and he definitely left a legacy behind, and I just hope to make justice to his name and one day be a very good professional in the field as well.
To continue in this rich tradition, I am so pleased to announce that this year's Henry A. Termeer Student Award recipient is Rim Boso. Rim is already a leader. In her academic career at Pioneer Charter School of Science, she was able to identify a passion for science and medicine, letting her intelligence and her curiosity drive deep understanding of science while keeping humanity at the center of her path. Rim grew up in a rural village in Morocco, and she joined her parents in the US at the age of 7. She has observed, lived, analyzed, and already developed some pretty cool solutions to the widespread healthcare inequities that many of us face every day. She has led and created many community engagement efforts, including serving as a founder for a Red Cross chapter, founder and president of Tutors for Mighty Minds, and leading a DC Bully Busters in Massachusetts. She was also a varsity team member for volleyball, so she's making it happen. Rim has held internships at the Leah Knox Scholars Program as well as MIT, where she worked on creating a transgene model of Parkinson's to provide more tools on how to study the disease. Rim wants to pursue a career in neuroscience and will continue her studies at Dartmouth. She's at Dartmouth right now, where she will be a force for positive change in the world. In her essay for this scholarship, Rim affirmed that her loud voice refuses to be silenced, and her passion for knowledge will not be diluted. I'm really proud, and I know that Belinda is as well, that we can be a brick on her path. I'd like to invite Representative Giannino up to the stage to provide a citation for this year's awardee.
Well, as the representative from the city of Revere, we are so proud of Rim's accomplishments, and I'm so proud to be here today to present her with the citation on behalf of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts from myself and Representative Turco in honor of these amazing achievements. So Rim, congratulations, and thank you so much for all that you do, and I look forward to you representing the City of Revere in this field, because we need more women and we need more strong powerhouses from the City of Revere. So thank you.
So Rim could not be here tonight because she's doing really, really, really important things at Dartmouth. So I think there's also a video that we're going to share of her.
I'm very excited to have received this award and be a part of what it represents. To me, this award is one step in my never-ending path towards a future interplaying my interest in science and helping others. I feel like this award will help me in doing that because my interest in science plays farther than just my interest in science goes beyond just molecules and formulas. I grew up in a developing country and I've seen how science can be the change in someone's life. Science in our world today has been used beyond just learning it. I've seen science apply beyond classes, and I've seen science go to different countries and help others and reach out to those in corners of the world that seem unreachable. And I feel like this award is a step towards not only helping me interplace science and helping people into one thing, but also it's a step towards me breaking the glass ceiling of societal standards and being a part of the many women who are going against societal standards and deciding not to conform to this idea that women don't belong in STEM. Science to me, as I said, is a passion, and I think it's a way of life at a certain extent, because I feel like I'm constantly finding myself amazed by human behavior and the environments around me. And I feel like science to me is more than just classwork and research. It's the applications of those around us and how to take science and make it apply to more than just science. It's applying it to real life, applying it to the world around us, and applying it in an extent that tries to aid others and make the world better. And once again, I would like to thank the Henry Termeer Scholarship and the team for giving me this award. I'm beyond grateful for it. Thank you.
Because Rim could not be here, I'd love for her father to come up and take the award on her behalf.
Well, good evening, everybody. My name's Chris Murphy. I will not say where I'm from because I don't want to revolt here, but let's just say I'm south of Boston. But I'm Vice President General Manager of Viral Vector Services, part of Thermo Fisher Scientific. And I'm here as MassBioEd Board Chair, so I'm really excited to be here. I just want to first thank Sunny for an amazing leadership of the foundation, and of course, the entire MassBioEd team that have just done an incredible job, particularly over the course of the pandemic, to really further the mission of MassBioEd. So it's exciting to be part of that. And I also want to thank MassBio and Joe and Kendall for all the support MassBio has continued to provide to MassBioEd Foundation. So it's fantastic. So how about a round of applause again for both of us? So thank you, Catherine, for stepping in for Belinda, who couldn't be here tonight. And congratulations to Rim, and it's great that Rim's dad is here. It's fantastic. And we really look forward to all that you do at Dartmouth and beyond. You know, on behalf of the MassBioEd Board of Directors, I just want to say that we are honored to have played a role in the Termeer Tribute, and that you entrust us to provide the Henry A. Termeer Teacher and Student Awards each year. I was privileged to work for Henry my time at Genzyme, and I'm one of the graduates of Genzyme University, and it's really incredible to see the work that his legacy is carrying on. So it's fantastic. And of course, Governor Baker, those words were amazing. In fact, he stole a little bit of my thunder on the COVID pandemic, but he gets that right for sure. But all that you're doing to strengthen the workforce and the recognition of how important biotechnology not only is to, as you said, the globe and the civilization really, but also to this economy and the growth in this state. And it's been exciting to watch MassBioEd evolve. I joined the board about 8 years ago, and it's been incredible to see the traction that the foundation has got through the years with impacting educators and, of course, now with apprenticeship programs and access programs. And it's fantastic to see it's now broadening its reach across the state. And workforce is the reason for our being, really. We're here to help build a workforce to advance this amazing industry, and we continue to evolve to become more integrated and active in facilitating the growth of this industry. And our access program, has brought to new levels and launched the first, as you heard earlier, the first life science apprenticeship program. And, again, I've already stated how important this is to our economy. And our access program will double its impact in coming years. And the apprenticeship program will grow to increase the pool of diverse and talented candidates for the industry in multiple occupations, helping individuals get into life science careers. It's really remarkable to see folks transitioning into whole new jobs at various stages of their lives. It's really a powerful program. And I hope, in a minute, you'll look to support the program itself. And the investments have been made for decades here. And again, the way I always look at it is 30 years or so ago, there started to be a big investment in biotechnology in this state. And that's how you get a vaccine in 6 months or less, as Governor Baker said. It's just people don't really understand how impactful that was. And as he stated, there's 95 companies or so, as Joe stated, that are involved in this. And as we think about the evolution of MassBioEd and its recent successes, I want to ask you for your help in ensuring that the growth of these programs continue. So with that, your contribution will go a long way to helping provide individuals with meaningful careers and growth opportunities and help us grow, again, the pool of diverse and talented workers. So I invite you to make a donation this evening. We need to hit our goal, and let's go beyond the goal. You've heard some amazing stories tonight, some great speeches from folks, but it would be important that you participate in giving to this incredible foundation and the work we're doing. So what I'd say is if you're tuning in online, please check the link in the chat to make a donation. And as Sunny said earlier, for those of you here, you can scan the QR code found on the tables and the centerpieces, or just go to your program, and it'll bring you to the donation page. So again, thank you for your continued support. And I'd also like to give a final thank you to our generous partners and sponsors for the event, and the year-round partners who support the continued success of our programs. And finally, dessert is coming, so please stick around and network a bit. We're here already, and it's exciting to just connect in person. So I want to thank everybody. Good night.